Hello class, today we're going to be doing a lesson on St. Patrick's Day. You're going to learn how to draw a leprechaun, a pot of gold, and a shamrock, or you can call it a clover. Hello class, today we're going to be doing a lesson on St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is March 17th. It is a celebration of Irish American culture. There are parades and festivals and people wearing green. Today we are going to draw some leprechauns and clovers, which is part of the Irish American folklore. Today we are just using paper and crayons, black, orange, yellow, and green. Now for the very fun drawing of our leprechaun who's hiding in some clover, and he doesn't want anybody to find his pot of gold, so he's got it tucked in with the clover. Come exploring with me. You can find clover or shamrocks anywhere you're at. They're very, very common. I think they might be called weeds, but I'm just going to give you a good example of how you can identify a clover or a shamrock. A clover. Can you see that? The 3 leaves. That's the shape. Don't get them confused with something like this. See, the shape of those are a little bit different. So little leprechauns like to look for the 4-leaf clovers. They're very rare and they're very lucky. So you might see one by chance when you're looking down in there. And then they hide their pots of gold. They don't want you to see them. And be real, have eyes of an eagle to spot them. Let's look and see if we can find one. We're gonna hunt down 4-leaf clover. Now that we've discovered where our leprechaun friend might be hiding, let's do some drawing. I want you to be thinking creative about a story about a little leprechaun who's in a field of clover, and he's picking clover. He's looking for 4-leaf clover, and he just wants to put down his treasure, his pot of gold, and hide it in the clover. You can have your paper this way, which is horizontal, or this way, which is vertical, whichever you'd like. I'm going to keep mine the long way up and down, the vertical way. And first I'm going to draw my little leprechaun, and I'm thinking about where he is going to be hiding. So basically the pot of gold is just a curve, or like almost turning into a circle. And then I'm making like a half crescent there for the bottom part of it. So I'm going to color that in real quick. I'm going to draw some coins, but they're going to be big round coins, and I'm doing them in black so that when we color them in the yellow gold, they show up better. There's a lot of coins in there. There's some kind of hidden underneath there, overlapping. And now I'm going to color them in with my yellow. It's a real sparkly, glittery, exciting pot of gold here. Our leprechaun's super proud of this pot of gold. The shading is the black. The gold will stick out and look a little bit sparkly. Sort of looks like a circle, doesn't it? There. Now for our leprechaun. Now leprechauns are green, so that they're really hard to see in the grass. That's why they stay hidden like this. Okay, now we're ready for the leprechaun. Here are, let me see, a leprechaun is all green so he can hide well. There are his arms, and he's holding on to his pot of gold, and his head looks sort of like that. And then, okay, I just drew the leprechaun's arms and hands, and he's holding on to the bowl. Here's one arm and here's the other one, and he's grabbed a hold around his pot of gold. And then I drew sort of like a shape, like a square for his head, and there's just a long rectangular strip for the rim of his hat. And then another rectangle or square type for the top of his hat, like that. And then he's got elf fairy ears that are kind of pointed like that. He's got curly eyebrows, and then he's got a beard, and his beard comes around like that. And then I'm gonna do his face with the black crayon and his triangle nose. And then his mouth is round because he's saying, uh-oh, I think I hear somebody coming. I think I better hide my pot of gold. I don't want anybody to find my treasure or me. I blend in real good. I'm like great camouflage because I'm green, just like the grass and the shamrocks or clovers that are all around me. Oh, and he doesn't want me to make him bald, so he wants me to show you that he's got a little bit of hair underneath his hat. Okay, now to hide him, because somebody's coming, I'm gonna have to make a whole bunch of grass and shamrocks. Shamrocks are just basically, they're kind of round shape. I always like to do the top part, then there's a stem, and then two round ones like that. A top one that's like that, and then farther down on the stem, two more. I'm trying to hurry, Mr. Leprechaun. I don't want anybody to find you. I know that you really don't want anybody to find your treasure. That one looks kind of funny. I have to make a 4-leaf clover though, because we want to have a lucky one. There's our lucky one, and that's the first one I'm gonna color. The 4-leaf clover. These are just round ball-like flowers that I went ahead and did the stem, a long line, and then I just drew a circle like that. Can you see a circle? This is a good example of the flower that blooms with the clover. And then I just made some spikes in it, used some pointillism in there. Here's another one, a long line that's just waiting for a flower. Round circle like that. And some pointillism like that. And then I got a darker green, so now I'm gonna draw some grass. Now grass grows from the soil up to the sun. And like we say, the leprechaun really wants to be hidden. He's still not hidden that well. So we can draw some more darker shamrocks too, to make him feel like he's well hidden. Look at that. Can you see? He's hiding behind that shamrock. We don't want people to see him, right? So he's saying, oh, great. You're covering me up so nobody's gonna see me. There, I'm peeking behind that clover. You see that? We can make him hidden. So the more you work, the more real it looks. So here, I'm gonna continue to draw some more shamrocks and some more greenery so Mr. Leprechaun's really hidden well. The more you work, the more real it looks. This is just a huge field of beautiful shamrocks. Do you see that? Shamrocks or clover, they're the same thing. They're basically just mostly round shapes. All over the page. There, he's gonna feel real comfortable now because I'm trying to hide him. It's really fun to keep drawing these shapes. It's more and more interesting. See how I'm overlapping with the two different shades of green? There we go. So you learned a lot from this lesson. The overlapping, the hiding of the leprechaun, grass, you learned about clover or shamrock. See, our little leprechaun is well hidden now. I hope you have fun drawing your little leprechaun in the clover. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day.
I must hide my precious gold. Gold for everyone.